Okay, so I haven't made a video in a long time. Oh, it's fine. They can listen to my music. I'm nearing the end of studio. As you can see with the circles under my eyes. I haven't been sleeping much. But I'm catching up, because I've taken the night off from working. So, this week's topic is patience is a virtue. And the questions are: how has waiting during your transition been beneficial? Does the waiting time between appointments or for surgery help you reflect on your identity and the nature of your transition? Were you able to spend that time making progress with your mental, emotional, or spiritual transition? Okay. I'm going to start this with saying I am not a patient person at all. I'm not. I came out as trans in February, and I was still up here in New York at school. I live in Philadelphia. And so I came out in February, and I told my mom I wanted to start T, etc. And basically I told her I was going to start. Like, it wasn't a question. It was, I'm going to start T. And so I made an appointment with the Mazzoni Center in Philadelphia in May. I got my blood work done in May. And then I got my follow-up appointment for that beginning of July. It's okay. And then after that, it was about 2 weeks until my prescription came in. So July 21st, I started T. So it was a little under 5 months between coming out and starting hormones. Now I've been on hormones 4 months, come tomorrow, and surgery is scheduled. Well, it's not scheduled. I have 2 consults over Christmas break. People are so loud in the hallway. Anyway. So, but, like, in between all this, like, waiting period, I'm doing other things. I'm doing my name change. Starting, actually, next week. I'm putting in the paperwork. When I'm home for Thanksgiving. So, like I said, I'm not a patient person. And transition really is something you have to be patient with. There's a lot of time between appointments, and there's a lot of time between consults, and scheduling things, and paperwork processing, etc. And it kind of forces you to be patient, which I'm not a fan of. But in terms of how it's benefited me, at least for hormones. So it was about 5 months between coming out and just, like, I decided I wanted hormones, and then 5 months later, I was on hormones. So with those 5 months, it just became more and more apparent to me that I was making the right decision, and that it was something I needed to do, and it was something I couldn't wait to do. Sorry, I'm reading the questions. Were you able to spend time making progress with your mental, emotional, or spiritual transition? I would say now that I'm on hormones, like, I'm on hormones 4 months, and it'll be, like, I'm doing the name change starting next week. And my consults aren't until January. Personally, like, if I could make a wish, like any wish, it would be that surgery's tomorrow. Like, I'm just done with binding and sweating and being gross from my binder and my ribs hurting and all that. But the waiting period, like, as much as I want to focus, like, as much as I want surgery to be here, you can't make time move faster. You got to take one day at a time. So other things kind of come to the forefront, and so the whole aspect of socially transitioning, re-socializing yourself, and um, you know, dealing with the mental changes that come with hormones. Um, it's like with surgery not being right now, it's allowed me that to process that. Um, I wouldn't say I process it a lot because I have so much schoolwork that I don't really do anything but architecture. Um, so, I mean, it is what it is. Patience is a virtue, and you're going to have to wait. There's always waiting. You're always waiting in a doctor's office, or you're waiting for, the day to go to the doctor's office. And so much depends for us on different medical appointments. But yeah, like I said, I'm not a patient person, and sometimes it really gets me down, but there's not much you can do about it. So anyway, I'm now going to move to the next two videos. Hope you guys are having a good whatever, wherever you are. I will see you in a minute.